I'm Brandon Sr. We're here today to celebrate my son. Today's the day he decides which powerhouse college he's going to.
I just want to take the opportunity to thank my family.
And that's my baby brother, Mitch. One thing about baby bro, he gonna keep it black.
My mom's husband, and all my coaches, and most of all, my Tracy. I love you, Queen. Oklahoma University. I will not be attending your school. Florida State. That recruiting trip was just like the movie He Got Game. And who would imagine that I'd meet and fall in love with my campus tour guide? But I will not be going there either. That leaves Alabama. But I won't be attending Alabama either. Next year, I will be taking my talents to Southern University, HBCU.
No! What the fuck did he just say? An HBCU?
Shit. Alabama already gave me $30,000 and a brand new pickup truck.
Right on. Keep it black, nephew. If the coach skin don't look like mine, then don't sign.
Is it like super black? Like 100% black? I hope I don't need a password or anything to get on campus.
This little nigga got me killed. These honky-tonk motherfuckers ain't playing about their football, Brandon.
So you brought all these cameras over here to tell us you want to be on drumline? Where the fuck my belt at?
Ever since I was a kid, a little boy, man.
I want a new son. Oh, fuck y'all. Y'all was thinking the same thing. Fuck, Brandon.
The most interesting coach in college football right now is a guy who just finished his second year at a school with about 7,000 students. It's Deion Sanders, one of the greatest football players of all time. He's now head coach at Jackson State, a historically black college in Mississippi. Primetime himself is now Coach Prime. And please say the coach.
Sanders reportedly walked out of the Zoom meeting after a reporter twice called him by his first name. According to the Clarion Ledger, Coach Prime said, in part, quote, "You don't call Nick Saban Nick, don't call me Deion."
Before to hit him with that mama named of Deion, I'm going to call him Deion. Now, judging by his 15-5 record over his first two seasons, Deion can coach. But what's made everyone sit up since he arrived on campus is his recruiting success.
Another shocker for Coach Prime, Kevin Coleman, committing to Jackson State. 24/7 Sports has Coleman as the fourth-ranked wide receiver in the country.
Why Jackson State?
Primetime, why not play with the best?
Deion Sanders showing why we call him primetime. The #2 recruit in the country is going to Jackson State. Cornerback Travis Hunter flipped his commitment from Florida State to Deion's Tigers.
All right, now let me tell you why this is such a big deal. Travis Hunter is the scorer here. He's a cornerback, Deion's old position. And he flipped on Deion's old school to sign with this HBCU instead. Deion's still jumping routes. This time he's picking off recruits. And all of a sudden, people got to thinking there was a renaissance in HBCU sports upon us.
How big is this? Well, it's monumental. It's historic. Huge for HBCUs and all of college football.
Fundamentally has a potential to shift the balance of power in favor of HBCU athletics.
This could change the game for them.
The new era of football, and this is the start.
It's a new day. It's a new day.
It is a new day. Now, even before all this, my friend Jamel Hill was calling for a black exodus. And now here was Coach Prime showing up like Neon Moses. Now, look, I totally get the hype. I'm a third-generation HBCU graduate. It's hard not to get swept up in the excitement. I mean, we talk about a new dawn of black consciousness. Star athletes acting in the name of black solidarity, bailing on predominantly white institutions. Power to the people, right? Yeah. That's not about to happen, y'all. And I don't think it should. Look, we don't have to ask what if the best black players went to black schools. It happened before, back when some of the best football players in the country had no choice but to come to black colleges. And the schools were as broke then as they are now. So maybe HBCUs can make more money now with those players. Well, let me remind you what the essence of college sports is. Taking money from the people who do the work and giving it to the overseers and supervisors. A neo-plantation mentality. White folks heard plantation, jumped up like the fire alarm went off. But hey, man, those aren't my words. That's Walter Byers, the first executive director of the NCAA. He started this gangster shit and felt bad enough about it that he turned on his own creation. Listen to that man. We don't need HBCUs to be the new slave owners. And even if we wanted to, you think the man gonna give us 40 acres this time? You think they gonna sit back and let us mule kick them in football? Can you imagine what would happen if Jackson State beat the brakes off Ole Miss? They pull Dion over on that scooter he rides on the sideline and plant an 8-ball in his pocket. You don't believe me? Look what happened the last time white folks took an L in the big game. The fact that we're even talking like this tells me we're not really grasping the purpose of HBCUs or what they could and should be doing. Morehouse shouldn't be worrying about beating Georgia in a title game. Shit, if they did, after party would be lit. Herman Cain's ghost would be strolling like Goldie. While we're on it, I really don't understand why the homies at Morehouse don't want to claim Brother Herb. The man was going to be president for a couple weeks. He loved that school. There's a lot more of y'all like him than Martin Luther King, and not a damn one of y'all remind me of no Samuel L. Jackson. Now moving on. Let's talk more history. HBCUs come out of Reconstruction. And unlike a lot of black institutions, black colleges survived the end of Reconstruction, which is when the USA became the United States of apartheid. HBCUs survived because they were separate but equal before separate but equal was even a thing. Now, of course, the equal was a lie from the jump. Separate meant underfunded, understaffed, and under-resourced. That was as true in 1890 as it is today. But HBCUs keep on keeping on in part because they're one of the few forms of black self-determination everybody can get behind. Even this guy's into it.
HBCUs have been really pillars of the African-American community for more than 150 years. Amazing job.
Hey, man, white folks love it when we keep to ourselves. They don't care what music we play or none of that shit. But there's another thing you have to understand. HBCUs aren't white colleges with a paint job. They're trying to do something else. Black colleges teach 2 curriculums at one time. They teach what your militant uncle might call the master's language. That's the quote-unquote normal curriculum. And at the same time, they give students the intellectual equipment to resist the master. That's the counter-curriculum. And there's more to it than the curriculum. Let's have someone who knows HBCUs explain. Because I'm here tonight with an esteemed economics professor and HBCU faculty member for many years. This is Barbara Jones. She's my mom. So great to see you, darling. How are you? How are you?
I am fine. I'm very glad to have the opportunity to be here with you today.
Now, how would you say the HBCU curriculum differs from the white schools?
Okay. I think what is different about historically black colleges and universities, more so than the curriculum or the courses that are being offered, is the culture. And that culture gives African-American students a sense of belonging, a sense of purpose, a sense of comfort that is not there when they're known as the black student. But rather, they see people who look like them, who have goals that are similar to theirs, who have backgrounds that are quite varied, but they feel like this place is where they belong, and they feel comfortable in their interactions with other students. They feel comfortable in those interactions with other faculty. And I think that is a very, very important part of what that experience brings to them.
All right, Mama, thank you so much for joining us on Game Theory. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
So we have to ask the question. If chasing success in college sports corrupts the very principles HBCUs mean to instill in their students, remember, I said neo-plantation. Now, why are we even talking about football players? What will 20 Travis Hunters do about this?
We are talking rats, we're talking roaches, mold. Those are just some of the issues that students here at Howard University are complaining about. Videos sent to Fox 5 shows water pouring out of pipes, expired air filters with mold and mildew, and mushrooms growing on ceilings and walls.
Mushrooms! Black Harvard out here stretching and surviving. Y'all excited about a cornerback. Howard had contracted with a for-profit property management company. And where there's a for-profit property management company and a building full of black people, there are always mold and rats. When it looks like it's the rats picture and you just in it, it's officially a problem. Now, white philanthropy isn't the answer, but maybe it's time to roll out the red carpet for Mackenzie Scott again.
2020 ushered in the biggest donations in HBCU history, $120 million from Netflix CEO Reed Hastings, and $500 million from Mackenzie Scott, the ex-wife of Jeff Bezos.
Miss Scott coming through with the big donation from the Jeff Bezos Wayward Dick Fund. Listen, some people who've been through black colleges like to talk about the HBCU screw. The mold and the rats are part of that story. Screwed by the government, HBCUs often screw their students in return. And that's the shit we need to address about HBCUs above all else. Because what's best for HBCUs isn't what's best for the athletic department or the development office or the folks in marketing. It's what's best for the students. Big universities have been exploiting black athletes for years, building nice new stadiums and weight rooms off the backs of an uncompensated and disproportionately black workforce. Now look who's getting into the game.
State lawmakers approved $250,000 to study the possibility of building Jackson State a new football stadium. $80 million was the initial price tag, but building costs have gone up in the pandemic.
We're looking at, suites for our alumni. We're looking at locker room space. We're looking at the parking, tailgating for our alumni and supporters, and a lot of VIP areas.
That's the master's talk. Now watch how I flip it. Despite all these challenges, black colleges do incredible work. They train the next black professional class. If you meet a black biologist or engineer with a PhD, chances are about 1 in 3 they got their bachelor's from a black college. And maybe more importantly, they train the next black revolutionary class. Trying to turn an HBCU into a football factory won't do shit but make another Rutgers. Their athletic department goes millions of dollars in the hole year after year, and the football team's still out here losing 78-0. Their band don't even slap. Prairie View would never. Is that what we want for our HBCUs? You want them to be the guy wearing a Gucci belt with a side tooth missing? If we really want to help HBCUs, fuck a new stadium. They need funding. Why you think all those white schools look so nice? Dion knows. Thanks, Coach. These schools need big money. But who we gonna get it from? Where are all the black billionaires? We know they're not playing full court basketball because there's only 8 of them. Hell, there are probably 8 billionaires from China within a 2-block radius of this studio. But even if we got all 8 black billionaires to pitch in on an HBCU, that would still be one school. Man, fuck a football, man. Throw me a science lab. Or how about a fully staffed financial aid office? I'm pretty sure Denise Huxtable dropped out of Hillman because she got tired of waiting in line for her FAFSA paperwork.
Talk your shit, Bomani.
You goddamn right. The model here is the Ivy League. They have good, even competitive sports programs. But with exceptions here and there, the focus is on turning the athletes into doctors, lawyers, and war criminals. Anyway, I gotta say, the white colleges are doing a pretty good job of getting us to the league. I mean, it ain't all good, but big-time college football and basketball are the rare places where white folks are actually invested in black students' futures. We might want to hold on to that. For the best of the best, maybe we encourage them to go to Alabama or wherever, like you would if they were going to Harvard Medical School. Let the HBCUs run with the Ivy League model. Use the academics as a way of attracting athletes instead of spending on sports in the hopes that it'll eventually benefit the students. Because keep it real, we as a people don't need no more football players. We got plenty of those.